Once booming with life and promise, these American cities are now eerily empty, a shadow of what they used to be. But why? What chased people away? High crime? Lost jobs? Climate disasters? What you're about to discover will change how you see urban America forever. What if I told you some of America's biggest, most expensive cities, places designed for booming populations, are slowly becoming modern ghost towns? This isn't a story about rural decline. It's happening in places you've heard of. Cities with glittering skylines and growing vacancy signs. Today, we're counting down the top 10 empty big cities in America and the shocking reasons why people are leaving in droves. Let's begin with number 10. See, Louis, Missouri. Welcome to St. Louis. Once a symbol of American innovation and trade along the Mississippi River, the city is now facing a slow, steady decline. In 2024 alone, it lost over 3,000 residents, marking its fourth year of consecutive shrinkage. Why? While the greater St. Louis metro area is growing, the city core is bleeding people. Aging infrastructure, disinvestment, and suburban flight have hollowed out this historic city. In response, city officials launch an ambitious plan to welcome 15,000 new immigrants by 2030, hoping to fill jobs and revitalize neighborhoods. Will it work? Or is it too little, too late? 9. Cleveland, Ohio. Once known as the sixth city due to its booming population, Cleveland has seen a 4.1% decline since 2020. Though it saw a small uptick in 2024, the first in years, Cleveland still ranks among the worst big cities for economic performance. Programs like the All-In Plan aim to turn things around, but high crime and stagnant job markets continue to push young people and families elsewhere. Cleveland was a titan of American manufacturing. But when the factories closed, people left and didn't come back. The infamous brain drain to bigger cities. Thousands of vacant buildings across East Cleveland. A downtown revival that hasn't reached the rest. It's not that no one lives here. It's that so many used to, and now the space feels eerie, oversized. 8. Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham is shrinking fast. Between 2020 and 2025, over 6,000 people left. A lack of economic opportunity, urban decay, and poor infrastructure plague the city. In 2023 alone, over 29,000 people vanished from the metro. Without bold action, Birmingham could lose its place as Alabama's heart. Birmingham was once called the Magic City, but the magic faded. Lost its industrial base in the 1980s. Population decline plus job flight equals 1 in 3 properties abandoned in some areas. Downtown investments haven't slowed suburban exodus. Now it's a city of ghosts and glass. Towering buildings with barely any tenants. 7. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, the iconic symbol of America's rise and fall. But could a comeback be in motion? Though Detroit lost 1.3% of its population since 2020, 2024 saw something new, growth. At 1.1%, it beat the national average. Why? Revitalization efforts like Ford's $1 billion rebuild of Michigan Central Station into a tech hub are attracting investors. But the city still battles a stigma of decay and crime. No list of empty cities is complete without Detroit. It's the poster child of urban flight. Lost over 1 million residents since its peak. Entire neighborhoods returned to prairie. Over 70,000 abandoned buildings. Yet a glimmer of hope in art and small business zones. Detroit isn't dead, but it's not what it was. The scale of emptiness here is haunting. 6. Baltimore, Maryland. For the first time in years, Baltimore gained residents, barely. From 567,517 in 2023 to 568,271 in 2024. Decades of decline, economic disparity, and safety concerns have held the city back. Can 1 year of growth turn the tide? Officials say it's the start of a trend. Critics say it's a statistical blip. Time will tell. Baltimore is caught in a paradox. Booming medical sector, crumbling neighborhoods. Over 15,000 abandoned homes and counting. Population decline every decade since 1950. Rising crime, schools in crisis. Despite being near D.C., the divide between rich and poor has turned parts of the city into urban deserts. 5. Stockton, California. Stockton, a city that nearly went bankrupt a decade ago, is again struggling to hold its population. Between 2022 and 2023, Stockton lost nearly 1,300 residents. But the bigger surprise? The median household income actually rose. A city of contradictions, Stockton is trying to redefine itself, but high living costs and crime still push people out. Stockton had big dreams and bigger debt. First major U.S. city to declare bankruptcy in 2012. Thousands of foreclosures during the housing crash. Massive new suburbs with no one in them. It's a cautionary tale of building too fast and too big without the jobs to support it. For Buffalo, New York. Buffalo's population has been gradually declining, with a 0.39% decrease from 2022 to 2023, bringing the total to 274,678. Over the past 2 decades, the city has lost nearly 18,000 residents, with a peak population recorded at 292,374 in 2000. Factors contributing to this decline include harsh winters, deindustrialization, and economic challenges. Efforts to revitalize the city continue, focusing on infrastructure improvements and economic development initiatives. 3. Gary, Indiana. Gary, once a steel empire, now a ghost of itself. It has one of the highest rates of vacant homes in the U.S. Revitalization is happening in small pockets, but poverty and disinvestment run deep. Gary's population in 2025 is estimated at 66,747, reflecting a 3.28% decrease since the 2020 census. Between 2022 and 2023, the city experienced a 0.769% decline, with the population dropping from 69,136 to 68,600. Once a thriving industrial city, Gary has faced significant economic challenges, leading to population loss and urban decay. Revitalization efforts focus on economic diversification and community development to reverse these trends. 2. Camden, New Jersey. Camden has long struggled with economic and social challenges, including high crime rates and poverty. While specific recent population data is limited, the city continues to face difficulties in attracting and retaining residents. Efforts are underway to revitalize Camden through investments in education, infrastructure, and public safety. However, sustained commitment and resources are necessary to effect meaningful change. There's real investment in education and business, but decades of trauma won't be erased overnight. Camden's future remains uncertain. 1. Fresno, California. Fresno might surprise you. While not empty yet, it may become one of the first climate migration zones. Fresno faces significant challenges related to climate change, with projections indicating that nearly half its population could leave by 2055 due to increasing flood risks, rising insurance costs, and demographic shifts. While these projections are based on risk models and subject to debate, they highlight the potential impact of climate-related factors on urban population. The city is exploring adaptive policies and infrastructure improvements to mitigate these risks and retain residents. Cities rise and fall. But what we're witnessing in America today is different. These cities aren't ancient relics. They were booming just decades ago. And while some places are shrinking, others are exploding. It's a great reshuffling of American life. So what does the future hold? Can these cities come back, or are they destined to remain modern ghost towns? Drop a comment. Have you lived in one of these cities? Would you ever move back? Let's talk.